Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, I'm going to read today about the Gardner Museum theft. It's a very famous theft um, of 13 extremely valuable and famous paintings out of the Gardner Museum in Boston. And this was done on March 18th, 1990. And it's the largest property theft in the world. No one's been caught, and the works of art have still not been recovered. So I'm going to read today. There's a really great documentary on, I believe it's Netflix or Prime, about it, and it explains how the Gardner Museum came to be. Very wealthy family. It's basically in their home, like from the Gilded Age, really. So the late 1800s. The Mr. Gardner passed away, and the Mrs. Gardner continued to have society events and whatnot, but they had this extensive collection of artwork. And when she passed away, they decided to keep the home as a museum. That's the Coles notes of it. Honestly, go watch the documentary. It's actually quite fascinating. So, what is known about the heist? The single largest property theft in the world. It only took 81 minutes. I'll just quickly read you a little blurb here, and then we'll get into the read. In the early hours of March 18th, a vehicle pulled up near the side entrance of the museum. Two men in police uniforms pushed the museum buzzer, stated they were responding to a disturbance, and requested to be let in. The guard on duty broke protocol and allowed them in through the employee entrance. At the fake officer's request, he stepped away from the watch desk. He and a second security guard were handcuffed and tied up in the basement of the museum. The thieves departed with 13 of the Gardner works of art in 81 minutes later. And the reason I also have this picture here, they actually have the empty frames still hanging in hopes that they'll recover the artwork. But when you go through the museum today, you see the empty frames, and that's the artwork that was stolen. Most of it was Dutch masters from the Dutch room. And a lot of them, if you go onto the website, I'll post the link down. A lot of them you may recognize as very classic pieces of art. It's just really sad, actually. Really sad. They're like priceless, absolutely priceless. So I'm going to ask the cards. First of all, was it an inside job? I mean, it had to be. They had to know when the security guards were there. They had to know how not to trigger things. They had to know when the weak time was to show up. They had to know what to say. So I'm going to ask the cards, was this an inside job? So first I got to make sure I got the cards all sorted here. Sorry, I apologize. I think that's, oh, no, there's some black ones there. That's what's nice about having the black and the red edges. You can quickly see when they are mixed up. There we go. Sorry about that. All right. So let's see, was this an inside job? Was this an inside job? And if so, can the cards kind of point us in the direction? Was it male, female? Was it a family member who thought maybe, disgruntled family member thought maybe they deserved to have those artworks? Maybe, right? Who knows? Let's see. Let's see what the cards have to say. Who was responsible for the theft? Was it an inside job? 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 And I'm doing something new with these cards that I've done with the other cards that I have not yet done with these cards. Upright, positive, reversals, negative. Oh, we got a negative right away. The catalyst, radical change, taking control in reverse. So that I'm thinking there was some kind of catalyst that, so a disgruntled employee, like a catalyst that would have set something off in the negative versus a catalyst that set you off in the positive, right? Upright positive, reversals negative. I'm just going to do a simple yes, no. Was this an inside job? Was this an inside job? Wow, we're getting a lot of reversals. A scholar. But that's too many cards. That's too many. Let's see. Inside job could be an academic that was studying work of art, right? Not necessarily having to work there. You had to know what you were taking, right? I wouldn't know what the most valuable ones are. And then you have to think to yourself, like, why? You wouldn't be able to sell them anywhere. They'd have to be in like a private, the spy master. Knowledge, distrust. Yeah, so it's somebody who knew. Somebody here has the key, the spy master. That's the person who controls the deck, is the spy master card, controls the whole deck. The dancer. Oh, look at tulips. I wonder if it's somebody who wanted their Dutch masters, their Dutch paintings back to Holland. The miser. Stubbornness, inflexibility in reverse. Somebody wanted to take something back that they thought was theirs. The muse. Generosity, naivety in reverse. The wise one, tradition, order. I think we're getting somebody here. I think this might be a big clue. I think this is somebody trying to take back something that they thought was theirs, right? The wise one. So maybe like a professor of art or art history, the guide, inheritance, correction. What did I say? Look at, we start with key. What did I say? Isn't that funny when I was shuffling and I said, I wonder if it's somebody who thinks that is part of their legacy, their inheritance, their collection, the patron, mentorship, finances, and it's in reverse. Somebody wanted them to be hurt with money. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. We only have 3 upright. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 in reverse. You know what? 3 upright is a soft yes. 4 in reverse is a soft no. So I think what the cards are trying to tell me is it was somebody connected to the paintings, but not necessarily an inside job. So it would exclude any employees. I'm not getting any employees here. I think this is our biggest clue. Inheritance and correction. And especially here with mentorship and money and the wise one. I think we've got a big clue here with the tulips. Especially most of the biggest room hit was the Dutch room, and it was mostly Dutch artists, Rembrandt, etc., paintings that were taken. Some very famous Rembrandt pictures. I think it's somebody who is very knowledgeable. The muse. So they might have, maybe they're a long-lost relative of Rembrandt. I think it was somebody who said, those are ours. Those are ours. You have no right to them. You miser. Why are you keeping these pictures? They're ours. The wise one. So I'm wondering if, like, the wise one also could be, somebody who is a professional art thief, because there is such a thing. There absolutely is such a thing. The musician, inspiration and gratitude. We got lots here, artsy fartsy kind of stuff, right? The muse, the patron, the musician. So the dancer, it might have been somebody who is, they have to be quite familiar with. So maybe it was like a society member, again, this inheritance one that turned up upright, to me, that's the key. We have key here and key here. So that's the key. I think it was somebody who thought they're getting back what's theirs. They're getting back what's theirs. Here with the musician, they used to have a lot of society parties there. So I wonder if it was somebody who became familiar with the building, familiar with the security and whatnot, but they showed up as a musician, right? And while they were there, they were, asking questions that seemed quite innocent about the security and whatnot. The spy master, right? The spy master. Somebody was watching it, but it was not an inside job. It wasn't an employee. It wasn't one of the owners. It wasn't one of the curators, because they kind of hinted at that. One of the security guards was quite questionable. And they kind of hinted at that, but it's not. It's not an inside job. Absolutely not. It's not. It is somebody who was very familiar with the paintings and wanted them back, or thought they were his or theirs. Thought they were theirs. It could have been somebody who faked being a patron, right? Could have faked being, an international scholar. Interesting, we have wise one here and the book in reverse. Mentorship, finances. So it could have been somebody faking. Interesting, we have like 3 dark hands here. Meaning sleight of hand, or just you wouldn't trust them. I think it was somebody who pretended to be, or maybe they were a scholar. Maybe they were a scholar. Maybe they were a scholar, a patron. They wanted what was theirs. They're like, you have to release those pictures to our, right? Because you wouldn't be able to sell them. Like, what would be the point of taking them and not being able to sell them? Like, who would want to get caught with one of the most well-known stolen artwork in the world? Let's get some clarifiers here. And then I'm going to ask, will they ever be found? So, maybe it was just something to, I want them back for my family, and they're up in an attic somewhere in Holland, and 2 generations from now, they'll find them. And they'll say, well, they're ours. That was my great uncle's paintings. Yeah, I think this is a huge clue. The tulips on there, the dancer, self-expression and strength. All right, let's get some clarifiers here, and then we'll ask, will it ever be found? Rune stones, ancient wisdom, fate, divinity. Well, where do the rune stones come from? Scandinavia. And Holland is a part of the Germanic tribe. Rune stones are also German, part of the Germanic tribes. Songbird, objectification, yearning, feeling trapped. Look at all the muse here. We got the musician, the muse, the dancer, victuals, sustenance, sharing, sustainability. This is interesting. Crown, empowerment, status, authority. The scorpion, danger, accident, subterfuge. What's the underline here? Doll, childhood play, naivety. I don't know how these artworks would sustain them, but maybe in a generation from now, they will. Did they try and untrap these artworks here? Because we have a songbird here and the spy master here. the empowerment, status, authority. Well, that's how they came in as police officers, right? They came in as police officers. Danger, accident, subterfuge, but it's in reverse. And doll, childhood, play, nativity. These aren't really giving us any really solid clues, are they? I think here with this runestone in reverse, I think it was somebody from Europe, from one of the, I'm really getting a strong feeling it's somebody from the Netherlands. That I think maybe they were paid well to release the paintings back to the crown. All right, let's see if I'm not getting too much out of that. You know what? Sometimes after I read these cards, then it hits me. I'm like, oh yeah, that's what the cards were trying to tell me. The Scorpion. I wonder if Rembrandt was a scorpion. Let me see if he was. Because a lot of them were Rembrandt pictures. I just want to quickly see Rembrandt. Let's see when his birthday was. No, he was a Cancer. He was born July 15, 1606. Died October 4th, 1669. So no, that has nothing to do with him. I wonder if it just means at night. They took them at night, which they did. It was early morning. So let's ask the cards. Will they ever be found? Upright, positive, reversals, negative. Will they ever be recovered? Will the artwork ever be recovered? And yes, then we'll ask, will the people ever be caught? There's no sense asking if they're going to be caught, because you need evidence, right? Will the artwork ever be recovered? 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 Oh, you know what it is? I just got it. That scorpion, it stung. That sustenance is how much money the museum was making with those paintings. And it stung that they were taken, and it affected some of their income and their value, their sustenance. I think that's exactly what the cards are trying to tell me. All right. Will the stolen artwork ever be recovered in this lifetime? Will the stolen artwork ever be recovered in this lifetime? Will the stolen artwork ever be recovered? That's too many. In this lifetime. Upright, positive, reversals, negative. Will the stolen artwork ever be recovered in this lifetime? Upright, positive, reversal, negative. Cards are ready. The Alchemist, balance, intention, destruction. In reverse. The Sentinel in reverse, determination, certainty. The Archer in reverse, biding your time, planning ahead. Wow. The Sleeper in reverse, cause and effect, clarity. The Musician in reverse. The Assassin, ruthlessness, convention. That's the only one that's upright so far. One more. The Warrior in reverse. No, absolutely not. They'll never be recovered. The Assassin has them. The Assassin has them. So that would be the thief. I know it says two of them were involved. To me, the Assassin is the spy master, the guy who wanted it. I don't believe the two people who stole it were the perpetrator. I think they were just a hire. art thieves for hire. Because the sleeper here in reverse. I think the fellow who wanted them has them. What's the underlying? Oh, the discovery in reverse. No, they'll never be discovered. Never. So that even makes it more solid that this was somebody who wanted them back for themselves. Let's try our clarity cards. Yeah, now that I think about it, that scorpion was stinging their sustenance. They wanted to hurt that museum. No, absolutely not. They'll never be found. They'll never be found. Let's see. What's the underlying here? What is the clarifiers on this, please? Upright, positive, reversal, negative. Okay. The doll again, in reverse. Oh, childhood play. They weren't playing. The scorpion again. Upright. Stairs, hierarchy, movement, accessory. Yeah, moved in the middle of the night. Tombstone, death, grief, legacy. Upright. Key. The hidden, secrets, discovery. All right. Vase, devastation, loss, recovery. Yeah, there's no way. Because remember I asked, will we find them in our lifetime? No. Possibly after this person passes away. They're hidden really, really deep. Now, this scorpion might be a clue because this is the second time we have it. I wonder if that's like a code name for the art thieves themselves. You know, they could be called the scorpions, or right? I mean, that could have been the code name because this is showing up twice. And now it's upright. But somebody knows where they are. I think they're under lock and key. And I think after they'll be discovered after this person who has them right now passes away. Once he passes away, possibly they're going through all of his things and they find it, because the vase card is recovery after devastation and loss, recovery. So I'm thinking the clarifiers here are saying, okay, not in the lifetime of the person who has them right now, because I did ask in our lifetime. So no, whoever's watching this now, you'll never know. You'll never see them. But eventually, after the person passes away, the hidden secrets discovery, that's when they're going to find it. All right. So, I don't know. Do I need to ask if they'll ever be sold? No, because then they'll be discovered. I think they're hidden deep away. It was just somebody trying to make a statement. He didn't steal them for profit. He stole them to make a statement that those are ours and we want them back because we had that inheritance card. I'm going to ask if they are back in Holland or if they're still in America somewhere. Because you can be Dutch and living in America, right? Just a quick yes or no. Are the paintings back in Holland? Are the paintings back in the Netherlands? Are the paintings in the Netherlands? Are the paintings back in the Netherlands? Upright, yes. Reversals, no. Upright, yes. Reversals, no. Upright, yes. Reversals, no. And there's a big reward. There's a $10 million reward. And I'll post that at the end of the video. If you think you know who has them. Trust me, if I knew, I wouldn't be telling you about this. All Are the paintings back in Holland? 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 Upright, positive, reversals, negative. Ooh, interesting cut. The astronomer in reverse. The sentinel upright. The puppeteer in reverse. The runaway upright. The muse upright. And that would be the tailor upright. The gambler in reverse. So many. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they are. They are. And look at this. The puppeteer. So here's the hidden hand with the two actual art thieves in reverse. He's got them. Here's the cage. Remember we had the songbird? Secrets running from problems. The muse. But this one here is up right now, the sentinel, determination, certainty. So yes, that's an absolute yes. They are with somebody who really appreciates them. I think they're locked behind a cage. Attention to detail, pride, and the gambler, loss, risk, and it's in reverse. With the astronomer, discovery. I wonder if it's somebody who is very well versed in like tarot card reading, like astrology, and they knew kind of like when was a good time to do it. It could be because it's secrets running from problems. What's the underlying here? The storyteller, viewpoints, control. Yeah, I think we are going to discover them after this person passes away. I think we've hit it. It's not art dealers. It is somebody who felt that was their right to have those paintings. And possibly they figured it was theirs. It wasn't somebody in Boston. That was their family's legacy. And so it's somebody who's well versed. They knew exactly what to take. Let's get some clarifiers. Oh, one popped. Letter, news, resolution, communication in reverse. In reverse. A scorpion again. Okay, I think the person who has them is a Scorpio. So that would be another clue who has them. Helm, navigation, control, journey. Bell, signal, alarm, celebration. Foundation stone, building something, steps, origins. I think this fellow here has them hidden away. Helmet, guardedness, isolation, self-protection. I wouldn't be surprised if they're under some foundational foundational stones, possibly in a church. Interesting, this helm is sailors, and the Dutch were known as the sailors. They actually had one of the largest shipping companies in the world, the Dutch East India Company, I think it was. No, that wasn't it. Oh, maybe the West India. Anyways, I can't remember, but they were big shippers. Interesting, on this foundation stone has writing, and this letter has writing. Building, steps, origin. So I think it's like I'm thinking like a cornerstone of a church or something. It's they're well protected. Very well protected under this helmet, right? Because you wear a helmet to protect your brain. These are not for sale at all. They aren't for sale at all. You'll never find them for sale. I think maybe once he passes, he has like a special letter for somebody, and they have to then go and try and find them. Very interesting. Very interesting. He might write a story about it, right? If he's a well-versed, well-educated person, He might write a story about it, like, and make it like a nonfiction, and drops all kinds of clues about it. But yeah, they're in Holland, but you're not going to find them. You're not going to find them at all. They're in some corner store. So maybe what has been built since 1990? Um, uh, has there been any new churches built or anything with a bell on top? Be very interesting to find out if that's where they ever find them. But this scorpion is a huge clue. There's somebody who is a Scorpio. Absolutely. That's not a coincidence. All right. Well, what did you think about this? Do you think we cracked the case? I wish I'd be the first one after that $10 million. We have some pretty solid clues here, though. So I don't know if you want to try and dig into it and see if anything rings any bells for you. All right. Thank you very much for watching. I sure hope you enjoyed this. I will put the link to the documentary down below, and watch for the information on the reward. Take good care. Bye for now.